Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Forever Stranded. Last time we completed our little setup over there, you can almost see it, with the coke oven and the blast furnace, the crude blast furnace, which means that we now have steel production. Why is there a sand layer in the middle of my lava field? Never mind, never mind. So this time I thought we'd do something a little bit different, and I was looking at some different options for production here. So one of the things that we have a problem with is this mob system. You might have noticed. So one of the things that I would like to do is make conveyor belts so that we can get the mobs to automatically fall down this thing properly. So that's a thing that I would like to do. But conveyor belts, if we take a look at that recipe, requires rubber, which I don't have. Leather, which, well, I have a couple of cows now, or cut leather, which is just doubled up leather, really. So you get 8 for those, and you get 8 for those. So ideally we would be using the cut leather, because it's just double. But we either have to start a massive old cow farm with these guys, or we have to get leather some other way. So if we want to get leather, there are a number of ways. We can make an industrial squeezer. We can make a sawmill and saw up some armor pieces. There's scrap boxes and stuff, but there's drying racks. Takes away food. Also means we'd have to kill mobs. But there's this. There's the atomic reconstructor. That's a little bit interesting because it takes rotten flesh and it makes it into leather. And look at this. Atomic Reconstructor is an iron casing and 4 pieces of iron, 4 pieces of redstone. Now this is a black quartz, we have some of that, sticks, and 4 more pieces of iron. So this is actually really doable. I do believe that these take a whole bunch of power, but it could be really useful to use up our power now actually to create a bunch of leather. So we can make a bunch of these. So we're going to try to make that. There's sand everywhere. Let's start off by trying to make that, at least. So over here we have black quartz. We have 34 of those. It's not a problem. Atomic Reconstructor. That's what we want. And for that we want this. And we don't have sticks. Let's make a bunch of sticks. Now, an iron casing. And we get a actually editions manual, free of charge with that. Let's grab some redstone. And we should be able to make this. And here we go. So this, now, we should grab these things. Also want to make a vacuum hopper for this thing. But a vacuum hopper requires an ender pearl. So ender pearls is a... No, you're just being mean. Ender pearls is a thing I don't have, and I also really can't easily get until I have that thing sorted, because I wanted to kill Enderman for me. So there's a sort of a little bit of a problem there that I can't really get around. Let's try to put away some of this junk. So we also kind of need to make more power. What does an energy conduit take? So the lowest level ones are conductive iron, which is, this I believe is redstone and iron, yes. Oh, you can cast it. How do you get this? Okay, if you just melt it down. Okay, but never mind. That and conduit binder, which is binder composite, which is this stuff. And I believe we made a whole bunch of these before, and I don't believe we used them all up. So maybe we can make more power, because all of my machines currently have to be right here, which is not ideal. Oh yeah, we have 8 conduit binders over here. We don't have any... Oh wow, I need to move all of this junk over there too. Not today. So let's make a bunch of those. And by the way, what I'm here, yeah, we have no mesh. Of course we have no mesh. Let's just get that going again. How's the other one doing? it's apparently chewed through that stack we gave it. So, it's very quick. I don't think our production of this can keep up. We have 20 stacks though, so I guess we're getting a fair bit. We could compress another stack and give it to it. We have 3. Oh, we are getting so many resources. Maybe we should just do that, so we're done with it. There we go. Now we got them all. So 64 of these. It's going to be awesome. Throw those into you. And it's just used up 64 of durability, so that's awesome. It's a little bit silly that it keeps working and using up energy, even when it's not producing anything. So that's a little bit sad, but what can you do about it? Alloys should be done now. Bunch of alloys. We got 5 of those. We needed 3, so we should make 1 more. And we don't have the redstone for that. Let's grab that. There we go. So yeah, at some point, let's see how this is doing as well, by the way. Really now. These sand layers. That is so annoying. There's just no stopping them from appearing anywhere. Yeah, we have more than enough iron going there. Oh, okay. So now we have 6 of those. Back to the crafting table. Make some more of these. Oh, we only had conduit binders for 1 set of recipes. Kind of a few short. Anyway, okay. That means that we can pull this out 1 and then maybe go down 1. This thing is going to be firing its laser in some direction, so it would be nice to kind of have a have a good there we go, check on that. So I don't quite know how this works with items. I know how it works with blocks. So what if we just throw that there? Does it... I think that was in the right location. Okay, no. So I don't quite know how that works. We might need a lens. And we also apparently need a redstone torch to control this thing. Alright, so let's, now that we don't have it using up all of our power anymore, let's just set up. So let's put it 1 block away. Let's make sure that there's a block in the way. Try it again. There we go. Okay. Awesome. What happens if we drop the entire stack here? That made 1. Right? Yeah, that made 1. And the rest of them popped away, so... Yeah, yes, thank you Windows for that update. That's definitely what I wanted. So, what if we do this? Huh? What? Why not? So what's that power doing? Going up 3,000, then it went down. So it actually is using up power. How's our power situation looking? I don't even know. These are still full with lava and generating, but their capacity is empty. I guess with this running, we're using up more power than we're generating. Yeah, probably. This should now be storing up power. Okay, so we have a bunch of power. So we throw that there. That was a little bit off center, actually. There. Remove this. Oh yeah, that used up much more power. So we have to make sure it doesn't fire until it has enough power. Gotcha. Alright, that should do it. No! No, 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 why? Okay, that still should do it. That did it. Okay, place that there, switch it off. Yeah, that worked. Now, I believe if I took these with my shears, I make cut leather. Yes. Okay, good. And these, what more can we do? Okay, so it can basically be used as leather. So we should be able to make a whole bunch of conveyor belts out of this. Alright, 32 conveyor belts. This is not going to be sufficient, but it's at least a good start. I really hope that I've been placing torches on top of this, or that it's slab. It's a little bit long ago, so I don't quite remember exactly how it's done. I'm also considering... should probably expand this thing a bit. Maybe make this side longer as well, and potentially also making it higher. I think it's... but the water is probably the big problem here. These are slabs, right? It's cobblestone slabs, yes. Slime boots on. We kind of need it to be daylight. So let's bounce down to our bed. And sleep. just fell asleep mid-bounce. That's fine. Alright, so now it's daytime. We're gonna need to open up here, which is gonna be a little bit dangerous, so hopefully we can get as many things to fall as possible before we go in. Alright, there's at least spiders still. So let's open one. Can't tell where they are. There's plenty of things. So we can get as much of this as possible to not be red, and then we could basically bounce away. There's one spider. Can I? Okay. The other one is to just YOLO it and jump in. Which, yeah, sure, that might be an option actually. Just want to make sure I have this on my bar then. Let's try. That was a little bit closer than I would have liked, but it's fine. Let's get this place lit up real quick. Oh, really now? Eat more. Can we get you to get knocked off and fall? Great. That worked. Okay, so now this is the problem with the current setup. All of this water is probably... it's not being very efficient at pushing things down, and it's also not really doing its job properly. Oh, we are out of food. We're gonna have to be a little bit careful of that. Where's my bucket? Bucket's there. Pick up this water. Do I have any other buckets? Carrying around lots of tin for whatever reason. Okay, we're gonna... This is gonna hurt a little bit considering the scenario we're in, but we're actually gonna waste a bit of water here. Do this, just to get rid of this water, and expose a bunch of this, apparently. And this. Alright, so that fixes that. I'll remove these, and then we're gonna place down a bunch of conveyor belts. 32 isn't gonna be much, but it's a start. Then once you get that back down there, hopefully we've stored up a whole bunch of energy inside of that. Now... what? Oh, okay, I see. I understand. Hopefully... road to nowhere. Hopefully, mobs can spawn on conveyor belts. So we're going to be able to make 4 rows of this. That's basically the gist of it. So it's not much, but when we go back down, we'll hopefully be able to make a lot more. I mean, another option would be to make them every other one, so hopefully they just spawn in between and then just walk onto one. Maybe we'll do that, actually. What's the tool for this? Pickaxe? Really? They're so slow to break, even with the correct tool? Oh well. Whoopsie daisy. Let's not step onto them. We should actually be able to spawn stuff over there without spawning stuff over here, which is what I'm kind of looking for. Because everything that spawns over there and walks this way should be pushed off. But there's a lot of shoulds and might in what I'm saying currently. Whoa! Hit my face. That's better. Okay, so if we get rid of this torch, that goes down. Close that up. How do things look now? Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Spawn space is all over there. We can even possibly do that, yeah. So that's worth a try. And even if yeah, when I come back up here, this half of the room should still be safe. Can I get into the here? Oh yeah, this now has 150,000 RFs in it, which that's a pretty decent amount. No more there. Well, I don't need more than 20 leather, or do I? All right, so if I now do that and this, oh yeah, that did a bunch at once. 18 leather, nice. So we basically emptied out 150,000 RFs in one tick there. But we can make a whole bunch of conveyor belts now, assuming I get the rest of the stuff. 4 blocks and 1 ingot. Okay. Yeah. Can keep going for a while here. Iron production is pretty good now. How is my steel production and stuff going, by the way? This has now got 2... Ooh. Yeah, this is... That storage is not good enough. And that's run dry. So let's take these. Throw them in here. What is a... Do we have any barrels? We have barrels. Drum. Creative drum. Can probably... Iron drum. This is probably better. Reinforced large drum. Bit on the pricey side. Stone drum. An iron drum. Let's try an iron drum. So we need a cauldron, weighted pressure plates, and so this is just a whole bunch of iron. And we now have 12, which now is 21. So, iron drum, we need a cauldron. We need 2 of those actually. So we should not do that. We need to convert this. And then we should be able to make this. Good. Now, if we place that, this we should be able to break now. And it retains the liquid. Yes, it does. Then we can place this here. And it starts filling up with that. I have no idea how much it can hold. But at least it's draining it for now. Can we... No, there's... Oh, there we go. That's a little bit more. That's a little bit more. 256 buckets is a little bit better than the 10 or whatever we had before. That's fine. That's gonna hold. I was doing something before all of that happened. Right, we're making more conveyors. Derp. This recipe. Without the wood. And we can make a whole bunch of these now. That's good. 48 of these. And grab that. Because why not? Now I think it's either one more. Yeah, it's one more block. Okay. So. Basically nothing has dropped since we were up there last. Let's see if I can make it up there. Or at least make it. So let's see. Stairs. Ladders are here. You're going to go... straight up here, and then back. That seems to be a reasonably solid way to climb a ladder with a bouncing start. Oh, I still don't have any food. That's potentially dangerous. Those are still spawnable spaces. I guess we'll just keep building. And we'll see what we can get out of this once we're done. We, like, make it all empty. We should possibly also remove all of these trapdoors now. Oh, we're out of those. Well, Typical. Alright, well, see if I can make it over here. Yes, I can. It's okay if I fall down, because I have the boots. Let's just fall down, actually. And bounce. Oh, that echo, though. Nice. Alright, so apparently we need more of that, and we're gonna need more than 2, which becomes 4. So not there. Here we have a bunch. And I don't really see a reason to save the energy here. We have 100-something thousand. So throw all of these in and do as many as possible. And that was 14. Oh, I had more leather already. What am I missing? Missing... What am I missing? Missing iron? I must have been missing some iron. Okay, now I'm missing redstone, but 16 might be sufficient. Oh, this is annoying. Okay, so maybe split them down like that. There we go. Alright, so what needs to happen? Arrgh! Needs to happen now. This needs to go away. Come on. This needs to go away. There we go. It's a proper darkness. And over here. No. Too far. This. Okay, good. Bounce up to here. And then we're going to cover this over again. So now my hope is that stuff will spawn here properly. And then will actually fall down properly now. Because there was a lot of stuff that was stuck up here before. That was the problem with this mob farm. Right, so now we have 5 stacks of broken iron ore, which is great, but we have the problem that needs to be crushed and stuff with a hammer. So that's quite annoying. It also needs to be compacted. What is a compacting drawer again? Compacting drawers are pistons. They're a bit pricey, but not too bad anymore. I'm also not sure if it will actually compact these materials. It would be nice, though, to just be able to pick them out like that, but... We can just grab all of this. And... even more. Okay. Alright, that gives us a whole stack plus 27 of those. That's going to be an enormous amount of iron once we get that all processed. It's just going to take a while to get there. Alright, that leaves us with quite frankly ridiculous amounts of crushed iron ore, which we might have used all of that up actually. Yeah, I think we did. So this becomes these, and then even more of those. Right. So now we have 1 extra. So let's see. Does it go in? No, it doesn't. So it doesn't have a slot. Alright, let's do the same thing again, but with these. Oh, that was our first skeleton drop from the mob system. I'm not sure it's gotten more effective or what, but at least it still drops stuff. And the good thing is it's no longer water-based, so there shouldn't be a problem with Endermen, really. So if there is an Enderman that spawns, it can potentially drop down. Rates seem a little low, though. So I'm a little bit worried that conveyor belts might be preventing stuff from spawning. But I guess we'll see. Okay, our inventory is just completely full of these things now. I don't think that's aluminium. Yeah, we don't have any of this either. What's this now? Oh, that's copper. But yeah, this process is kind of tedious. It would be really nice to automate that. So maybe we'll look into that soon-ish. Let's dump that in there. And then we're gonna take a long while to smelt these. So let's throw 64 in there. That's 48 of them went in. So we have more than 2 full smelting cycles. I'm actually at the point right now, because this doesn't double ore in this mod pack. I'm actually kind of wondering if it's even worth it to smelt like this. I mean, I could just smelt it all in the induction smelter. Or alloy... what is this? Alloy smelter. That it could act as a furnace for all of these, and I could just upgrade them and use power for it instead. I don't even know. That might be faster. More than 8 more blocks coming, so we'll have 10 blocks of iron when this is done. So, while we're sort of waiting for that, what more can this atomic reconstructor do? Because there is some really interesting stuff in that. So... it can turn a block of redstone into Restonia crystals. Lapis into... so there's a couple of crystal... ooh. So there's a bunch of crystals. This, I think, is the main purpose of these. A lens into a lens of color. A lens of color into a lens of detonation. A lens of detonation into a lens of certain death. Oh, and that goes back to a lens. Fluid laser and into lasers. Oh, we can make sand into soul sand. Oh, that is interesting. Mushrooms into nether wart is also interesting. Actually, that's very interesting. So if we can get a mushroom, then we can do interesting things with that. Canola seeds into crystallized canola seeds. Prismarine, I don't think we have any use for right now. Aesthetic quartz. Alright, so, bunch of stuff. Oh crap. Oh, give me back that. Okay, well that was great. Apparently standing around next to big ovens and stuff and the field of lava isn't that great in the middle of the desert, even if you have some fancy gelled slime armor. So let's maybe not do that to that degree anymore. I also do have a potion somewhere of heat resistance thingy that I should definitely make sure I have in my bag. Let's cool off a little bit before we go back to it here. What time is it? It's, sun is reasonably low, actually. It's interesting that I got that hot. Here we go. Splash potion of heat resistance. We have the empty canteen too. And these. These we want in our bag, for sure. Always. Top right. Okay, good. Good. Well, the sun is setting, we haven't died from heat stroke right there, we're casting huge amounts of iron and the mob system has been maybe improved? Yeah, I don't even know. It might have, but it's a little hard to tell as well. But I think that will be enough for this time. So thank you very much for joining me in Forever Stranded. My name is slicedlime, and I will see you in another video. Take care. Bye-bye.